They hide the truth beneath a mountain of lies. But the fire inside us can't be buried forever.
They pile up falsehoods, burying our cries. One by one we dig where the evidence lies. Nesters in the shadows, piecing every clue, shining light on secrets that they never wanted you to view. Smoke and mirrors crumble under our gaze. We won't back down, we're done with their maze. The ops unravel, media feeding gloom. Kids didn't deserve to die, their story needs room. No proof, no confession, plea deals won't suffice. We're taking back possession of the one thing that's right. Truth phoenix rising from the ashes of their lies. Fireballs ready to drop across the looted skies. We'll lift the veil, ignite the spark of justice bright. Stand case by case and bring the truth to light. Whispers in the corridors, they thought we'd look away, but every hidden thread unravels when we slay their charade. No more spin from their headlines, no more silence cries. We're the voice of those forgotten, watch their empire collide. Truth's a phoenix feather rising in the flames. We'll trace every lead, break their iron chains. Oh, break their iron chains. Rising, watch us light the sky. Truth the weapon they can never justify. One case at a time, we claim what's ours to fight. Rising up together, set the world alight.
This is just the beginning. The phoenix will never stop rising.
Been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Bryan's innocent. Your Honor, Bryan is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Don't know why I did that, but I do apologize. Today is, gosh, can you believe it? It's already Thursday, October the 23rd, and we are getting into fall. And this is going to be a whopper. I could probably stay on live for 4 hours with all the stuff that I have got to get out to you, not just first, but I break down every little piece of this case. And I'm telling you, it's about to get wild. We're going to get a wild show in about a week and a half. I wanted to tell you all this yesterday, and I just kind of like under the weather. Throw it all at me, and it's just wild. I mean, how many would you agree out there that this case every single day gets wilder and wilder? And I'm going to show you something real quick that it's going to get wilder. Just you wait. I have got some details to bring to you, but you know what? I know some people watch my show, then they get the information, then they go make videos or they talk about it live themselves. And I get it. I know people are busy, but you know what? I am glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm sharing the IDAHO4 case because someone has to. And if you haven't seen the picture I just threw up, here we go. Yep, we're going to talk about these new filings. The fight is on in in BRYAN We Trust. It should have a question mark, just like the heading up here. So I am going to fix this real quick. I don't want anyone to think, oh my God, they're crazy. I really could care less what some people think, right? You can ask my mods. They are here. They are beautiful, wonderful, amazing individuals. And I'm going to welcome you all in. But do me one favor before I welcome y'all in. Tell me, what is the most bizarre? I mean, the most bizarre thing that you have seen in this case to date. tell me, because I want to talk about it. And I do have a part 2 for Emily. Boy, have we got some lying videos. We have got some, wow, just why why not just tell the truth? Why not just tell the truth? Because there's a lot of discrepancies in Emily's interviews, and if she is covering for someone, we now know why. So, one thing I want to get started on is number one. If you guys have not seen the repository, there is some information in there, and there's actually an order of what to unseal next. And that order came out a few days ago that I've been reviewing. And there are some interesting names in here that the state was going to put on their exhibits. And some of these names in here, boy, I will tell you, you guys may want to check them out in regards to what they are going to unseal. And this is basically what Hitler wants to unseal. And he's asking the state and the defense, how do you feel about this? 162 and 163, I am waiting to read. Those are court minutes. Those are what the judge puts in the repository, in the file, and basically summarize what happens in that hearing. 11525, a subpoena issued, wondering what that could be. And also another subpoena that was issued on 1325, 176. I'm interested to see those. And the other one that I've highlighted so far is Exhibit A, motion to compel 16B7 on 1225. That is basically the defense saying the state has failed 7 times to give us information we've asked for. And they are asking for sanctions also. So I'm interested in seeing those that have, obviously, they have to go back. And basically, the judge is telling them, with regard to the third batch of sealed documents identified below, the court requires the parties to indicate whether they have an objection to unsealing any specific documentation or portion. That's kind of like the same exact thing he's done twice before. And also, this is something of huge value once you start looking into these names, which I already have. I've got a whole video ready to go, or I can do it live. Either way, it's very interesting what they are going to testify for the state. So the Daily Twin Flame, Phoenix, thank you all the time. Let's see, I'll put this up on the screen 1 second. And I've got to catch up with the chat. You know that I just wanted to fly into this today. Thank you for all the time and effort you put in to deliver excellent discourse on this case. Bring on the truth. Thank you so much, the Daily Twin Flame. You are going to see a boatload of truth today. And when I open your eyes to more truth, I hope that you start telling everybody. So we are going to talk about this new hearing that's coming up in the tune of $28,000 something dollars, that basically the defense has said, we want a motion because we're not okay with this restitution that they're asking for. And what am I talking about? I am talking about basically, you'll have to go back in the repository, which I will really quickly. And the objection, let me grab this real quick for you. And then I'll tell you why this fund is so important. Where is it? Compensation, restitution. And let me just grab this real quick for you. What, did I spell it wrong? Sure did. Okay, so state's request motion restitution. It was filed a little while ago, so okay, so here are the judgments. The judgments were filed, stipulation of restitution was put on the books, and basically this is what they agreed to stipulation for restitution. Restitution is when I've done something to wrong you, I'm going to pay you in money. No amount of money. I'm just prefacing this. No amount of money can ever repay the loss of a loved one. No amount of money, in my humble opinion. But the state and the prosecution, the prosecution and the defense basically said, okay, the crime victims compensation program is going to be this, Jim and Stacy Chapin and Kernoodle. Okay. Now, I started, and you can ask any one of my mods, I started going through this whole process of what they were saying. I started going through this whole process, and something did not make sense to me. Now, I know I haven't greeted you guys in. Just hold off on that. Okay. I will greet you, every single one of you that jumped on and said hello. And you know what? Now would be a really good time before I bring this Phoenix Fireball. Okay. And yes, Amanda, trusty mod, welcome in Becca, welcome in Critic Rick, always on time, always early. You are the host to getting this kicked off, I'm telling you. And Lisa, you're early today. Good job. Linda, find later H2s. Okay, welcome in, Linda. I've not seen you here before. If you're new, welcome to the stream. Caleb, OG in the house. Donna Rosa, OGs are here today, showing up and showing out. I will tell you, look at all these beautiful people in here. What? Your channel was struck yesterday. Make sure you follow the guidelines. Don't want you going anywhere. Hey, Familia family. Welcome in, Grammy T. Wolf Angel, welcome in, Karen, Dina. Good to see y'all. And LFG, what did she say? Hey, nesting family. Hello, welcome in. Sassafrosty 7, good to see ya. My pal Sal Vintage, good to see ya. Okie dokie, Lisa. You changed your name on me, Lisa. All right. Pokey Dot, see ya. We see ya. I see every single one of you. Hi, Kim. How are you? Vanessa. Emily, in her statement, said she saw a steak knife in the blows that were not only with this. Okay, so Emily did say while she was walking up, she saw a steak knife. She did. We're not only with a steak knife. I don't know about that. I'll go back, but I know a lot of us are ready for the cold weather. Absolutely. Wicca Wicca in the house. All right. I got to get my safety helmet on. I hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling a little bit better. I think it's going to be passing soon. I hope so. I think maybe I picked up a cold or a flu, and you know what that's like when you got an autoimmune. It just feels like everything's going to fall apart. No talkie before coffee. I hear you. It gets more cray cray every single day. Every time I wake up, I'm like, what is it today? Right? Hey, the plea was the craziest thing. I would have to agree. We were dumbfounded, absolutely dumbfounded. Just got a video today. Revisiting say Dylan out back by 9. Smokey means she needs to get with Anne. I don't know about that. If somebody's got a picture and receipts, if not, it's hearsay. We don't buy into a lot of hearsay. If you don't want to, I don't address you as your username. That's why. I don't know. Phoenix, hope you're doing a wonderful job. Yes, thank you so much, honey. Okay, so Tracy, whoop whoop, twin flame. All right, let's see. Howdy, friends. Howdy, I'm shocked. All right, Holly C's, good evening, nesters. This is a great one. I always thought he was innocent just for the simple fact that the victims were covered up, but this evidence is wow. Okay, so yeah, the victims were covered except obviously for Xana, and Ethan was halfway uncovered. So that was a little suspicious because usually, perps don't cover victims. Certainly not. Everyone's name is different. What's happening? I don't know. I hear ya. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so one thing that is very interesting in these documents is the crime victims compensation program was $14,000. Jim and Stacy Chapin were getting a separate payment. Jeffrey Kernodle was getting a different payment. And the defendant furthers to pay each restitution with interest in the judgment. And Anne and Bill, signed off on it. Okay, that was not a problem. That's not what they're disputing, and that's not what they're going back to court about. But I want to show you something very, very quickly. And I'll probably come back to this another time. But these victim civil judgments and these fines, if you ever get a chance, go through these civil judgment fines to victim and read through that. Okay? And this is something interesting. This is something very interesting because this is what I thought in the beginning. And I didn't think he was the one doing it to them. I thought when I read the FBI, it said, remember when we talked about this a couple days ago? It said subject. The subject was Bryan Kohberger. Had the subject been any one of the 4 victims, it would have been different. So I think, and this is another good point, can someone explain why he was charged with robbery? Does it include trespassing? When they say you've done a crime and they charge you with entering a building, they have to charge you with that crime also. So that's why it's robbery or entering in Idaho. It's explained under that way. But something that has always sat wrong with me in this case, just not this case, but other cases there. And one of it is Bethany's bedroom. Bethany's bedroom. Okay. When you look at Bethany's bedroom and you think, how could someone say that they went downstairs, locked themselves in this bedroom when this bedroom looks like it was freaking ransacked? And if Dylan ran down to Bethany's room and someone had entered it and ransacked and looked at this room, how in the world could they both be hiding in this room? How in the world could both of them be hiding in this room when it looks like someone has ransacked and broken into this room's window? Breaking the shade by entering. The drawer is broken. They look like they've been rummaged through. Was Bethany even home at the time? Was Dylan even home at the time? Have we all just been hoodwinked on a story that isn't true? Think about it. Think about it. If this story is all some fraudulent story to throw us off of what was really happening, and it just blew up in their face, how embarrassing is this? How embarrassing would it be if the public caught this bizarre, odd thing and kept us distracted? Distracted from what? The operation that they were having? Because I'll tell you, the government does operations all the freaking time, guys. I mean, I just came across one the other day and I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't make sense. But I'm like, hey, they're going to try to push any narrative out there in the public. Throw anything at it and see what sticks. They're doing operations all the time. You know? All the time. And here's something this is exactly how I feel about it. Ready? You guys are going to be like, what? This, hold on a minute. Let me grab it. I thought I had it queued up. You're going to be like, what are you talking about? I'm already over here laughing away. I'm over here laughing and you guys don't even know what I'm laughing about. This is funny. You guys will love this. Just give me 1 second to put it up here. Here we go. Let me make it a little bit bigger for me.
Hey, you want a s'more? S'more what? No, you want a s'more. I haven't had anything yet. So how can I have some more of nothing? Shut up! You're killing me, Smalls.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about this case, man. Every time I hear something. Oh my God, you're killing me, Smalls. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you kind of get how I'm feeling in the sentiment about this whole case. But yeah, I mean, there are a few. Gosh, I just saw one today too. It was some operation. And it was in out of Boise. Hold on, let me see. Operation, what was it called? Shoot. What was it called? Operation No Return. Operation No Return. Okay, so you guys saw that whole thing about the horse track in Idaho and all this stuff and ice. Okay, what if I told you there was a whole operation behind that news article that hit the nationwide news? Okay, there was. It's called Operation what did I just say it was? Operation No Return. Dozens of convicted undocumented aliens. Governor Brad Little today announced a state-funded initiative, Operation No Return. This is from the desk of the Governor Brad Little's website. Okay, and you can read it for you. So, let's see what we got. Here we go. From the Office of the Governor, Operation No Return removes dozens of dangerous illegal alien criminals from Idaho communities. We're talking about child rapists, kidnappers, stalker, violent offenders, drug traffickers among criminals removed. Governor Brad Little, this was on the 17th, right? Brad Little proudly announced this initiative, Operation No Return, and has successfully removed dozens of highly dangerous illegal alien criminals from Idaho communities. I thought, holy moly. Look at this list of people that they've removed already. 53 people. 53 people. Lewd conduct with children under 16. He's from Mexico. Next guy, same thing. Guatemala, hit and run, DUI, Mexico. And some of these guys were picked up where? At the horse races. Okay? So this is the stuff that I want you to be aware of when you see a story on the news that's like, holy moly, what in the world is going on at the horse races? Well, hello. Welcome to the club. Now you know, you know. Okay? There's always something behind some massive news story. Okay? And so I thought, how odd would this be if this is just one of these stories that just got out of control? Yes, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. And Hurwitz was one of the guys that helped in this case. And also, the two prosecutors that were brought in also helped convict that Caldwell lawyer that was obviously 10 years in prison for child porn. Okay? This is crazy. I can't believe somebody would even say experimental wounds. They are trying to drag this case out as long as they can. And when you talk about money in the feds, this is the Victims Compensation Fund, has a balance of over $5.1 billion. And this fund is primarily financed by fines and penalties from federal convictions, as well as donations and bequests from private parties. Now, that's on this is on the Office of Justice Programs. You can go right to their website. You can go take a look at everything they talk about here. And let me share this. just so you see it. This is where I got the information from. The overview on the Victims' Crime Fund. It was established in 1984. The bill, as of May 2025, the fund balance is over 5.1 billion, includes deposits, also known as receipts from federal criminal fines, forfeited bail bonds, penalties, special assessments by the U.S. Attorney's Office, federal courts, and Federal Bureau of Prison. Okay, so we've got that down, right? So why, ask yourself this question. Maybe you can answer it yourself. Why do you think the prosecution and the defense are going head to head over this restitution hearing? Why do you think they're going to go toe to toe on the 5th of November? And I don't know if it's going to be streamed. I'm sure it might. But why do you think they're going to go head to head on a Zoom meeting over this amount of money? The defendant's objection to the state's defense objection. I mean, let's think about it for a minute. I hope you guys got it. I don't think Brian's coming into any money. That would be a good one. Okay, that's a really good one. That's a good one. And the built in Idaho. Now, I think they're going to lease part of the original one in Mountain Home. That's a possibility. I believe that's what's happening. Because it's going to open up some exculpatory evidence. Maybe. Yeah, he already got 85 and 73 and 48 and no idea. Okay, let me help you here. I already showed you the restitution that they agreed on, and that was state. That was individual. Party deal that he pay restitution. And here's a really good one. Exactly. Double dipping comes to my mind. Absolutely. If he didn't do it, it's BS, enough money, and stop profiting off your kid's death. It goes deeper than this, but these are the top 3. It's BS. Absolutely. It's BS. Okay, so think about this. The defense has already agreed, and they stipulated to the state for Brian to pay restitution somehow, some way in the future. I don't know. But the money that they are asking for to go back into, and here's the problem. They sealed this, okay? They sealed this order in regards to restitution, okay? They sealed it. So we can't see it yet. And this is what ticks me off. We can't see it, but they know it. And they're going to argue in a courtroom about this, okay? And they put up the defense objection for us to see, right? They say, okay, the state wants to hide everything. Remember my intro. The state wants to hide everything, but the defense, they never seal now, which is kind of odd. So they're going to have all 4 of these attorneys come up and say, we are in objection, because now you're dipping into federal money. And I don't think it's so much Brian is saying, no, you can't do that. It's against the law, because only 2 families are asking for this compensation. But I think, no talkie for coffee. You got it. You got it. It is because the principle of the matter is now they're trying to dip into federal money. And that is freaking shady as heck when you have a child over here and you've already got what you asked for by the state. Now they're pushing the boundaries into the federal jurisdiction. They want them to pay out of the federal fund, that they know they have money, that if I have enough receipts, okay. So let me ask you this question, y'all. So we know that you look at the state's repository, and I'll show you victim. Kaylee never got a victim advocate form, nothing. They even had to have a hearing, a discussion regarding the role of the victims, which is sealed. And the civil judgment fines are in there for the victim. But if you go in the case summary repository, remember half of those documents are still missing today. Okay. I'm going to wait for it to pull up and I'm going to show you it on screen. If you go in there, Kaylee never got a victim's form, a victim's funding statement. She never got an advocate because Steve went out. Oh man, it's not loading for me. Steve went out and hired an attorney. Okay. So when you start asking for federally funded money for therapy or anything like that, why has Dylan Mortensen not filed for any therapy or assistance or anything through that? Because she was categorized as a victim. So now, why in the world are they asking the federal funding to be paid for their compensation? Okay. And this is what the state basically objected to. Remember this. Okay. The fight's on in BRYAN We Trust. If BRYAN, in my humble thought theory process, this is pure speculation. Let's say that BRYAN is a Fed. Let's just, for this one moment, humor me, and let's say that BRYAN is a Fed. Why would they be fighting so hard not to get any federal funding? Is it based on the need, the necessity, or the principle of this? Okay, you've gone as far as to frame me for these murders, and I've taken the fall, and I'm here. Now you're telling me you want federal money? Exactly. Humor me for 1 second. If I was a Fed and they framed me and I've now been disgraced in front of the whole country, the whole world, and now they want me to let them dip into the federal funding? Yeah, I think this too. If I'm the one and I tell my defense they shouldn't be dipping into the federal funds, this is an outrage. This is overreach. This is like a sucker punch to me. This is based on principle. Now just humor me for this 1 minute, if that's the case. If not, I think, in my humble opinion, Judge Hippler is going to say, no way, we're not paying it out of that fund. Motion denied. Okay? I'm just saying, because look at the two families that are asking for this money. Think of the people that are asking for the money, Steve G. and the Laramies. Okay? The other two families have it. Ben Mogan didn't ask for any extra money, and neither did Kara. Why do you think that is? Why do you think those other Chapins haven't asked for anything? They didn't even go to court on sentencing day. I mean, they didn't ask for anything. They actually started some fund on their own. The Smiles program or Ethan Smile Foundation. Think about that. Think about that for a minute. I think Hippler's going to say, nope, reject. Because once he says yes and they dip into the federal program, they're going to be like, why did you dip into the federal program? Okay? This is just another nail in the coffin. Got your hand in the cookie jar, y'all. They're fighting over money. The fight is on. Okay, so basically the defense object to the state's request for additional restitution. Because if they agree, then they dip into federal funds. And they don't want to be associated with that. Okay? So No, Kim, you're right. They were granted, if you look in the repository, they were granted funding, but this is above and beyond. This goes into the Victims' Compensation Fund. And 2 of the other families haven't asked for any additional funding out of this program. Okay. Oh, yeah, and renovating it. And renovating it, by the way, guys. Yep. Okay, so they say basically the grounds for the objection are that the plea agreement specified funeral expenses and funds reimbursed through the Idaho Crime Victim Compensation Fund. This is much different than the funding that they're asking for from the federal that's available. Within 60 days, Mr. Koberger stipulated to these amounts, resulting in court orders in the amount of $28,956.88 on August 29th, 2025. The additional funds sought do not qualify as an economic loss under Idaho Code 195304. Okay, so what is Idaho Code? Let's just take a look. I just thought about that. I'm sure the team knows what they're doing. So, Idaho Code 195304, it pertains to restitution for crime victims. It mandates the court shall order the defendant found guilty of a crime resulting in economic loss to the victim to make restitution unless deemed inappropriate. The code also outlines the process for the victims to submit a victim impact statement, which details the impact of the crime on them. Well, that victim impact statement from SG and its family, I don't think that was really much of a victim impact statement. It was all about them. In my humble opinion, of course, allegedly. Now, because Steve and Christy and Karen Laramie received extensive funds through GoFundMe campaigns that specifically asked and covered the expenses sought, Mr. Koberger has no ability to pay in the future or restitution for 10 years. Okay, so I don't know if some of these are still up. I know some of them are. Let me look. GoFundMe. I'm going to call this. I've got old screenshots, but I'm just trying to see if anything is still up. Unimaginable loss. They're going to call this. No, that's not that family. Shoot, wrong family. I was going to say, wait a minute, hold on. No, it looks like the only thing that I find online is an article from People. Hold on a minute. We know, did this ever happen? Why are they giving back $85,000 given to them in the GoFundMe? July 8th. Nope. I don't even see anything. It might have been scrubbed already from the internet, but I do have some old screenshots I'll throw up. Hold on. They say they're going to return it. No, it's probably been scrubbed. Now let's see if Karen, Maddie. Let's see if these are still up. So I know that I checked them out the other day. This one is still up, guys. This one is still up. And I mean, it hasn't been given maybe $50 2 months ago, but this is still up. Yeah, they didn't give all the money back. I don't think they did. In my humble opinion, maybe not. So that GoFundMe is still up, which who knows why. I don't know what happened to my screen. Hold on. And let's see. Maddie, Xana. That is just so weird. Why are they still up? This one is still going on. This one doesn't look like it's going on anymore. They might have taken it down. Fundraiser for Conodal. This one is still going. Holy moly. Hold on a minute. Why is that not up there? This one is still going. Help Kara on her healing journey now. They changed it. There was no trial, but she has a long road ahead of her. That one's still going, and the last donation was 3 months ago. But it's still open. I mean, some of these probably should have been pulled down, in my humble opinion, but I mean, that's me. So when you look at it, they're basically saying, hey, they received all this money through GoFundMe, and the campaigns that specifically asked for covered the expenses sought. And the plea agreement stated yada, yada, yada. They agreed to it. The judgment convicted and ordered $251,000 in criminal fines, in fees. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is amazing. Yeah, that's wild. I'm reading some comments. I might not put them on the screen, but I am reading them. Many, many cases have all had rewards, but this one had 4 victims and nothing. He still has an ongoing case for what? Oh, you know what? Yeah, there is an ongoing case behind here that was in the court records. I don't know what that case is. There's also a case in Washington. Money makes people talk, and keeps people quiet. True. True, true, true. That is an awesome statement, by the way. Can I still send money to Dylan? Let me check real quick. And Dylan. Let's just see. And it says she's asking money for a healing journey. It's still up, 115,000 raised. And 16 hours ago, someone gave a donation. So, yeah, if you want to donate to Dylan, you can sure go ask. Absolutely. If that's what your goal is, you can definitely do that. All right. If Dylan can ask for, yeah, that's true. Anybody can ask for funds. Absolutely. Anybody can go and, not scam, ask for money. I thought, Jeeve, I don't think so. He was in IT. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. If so, I would love to know how he made his money. Hush payments, we don't know. Plus renting their own places. It's still up. Drugs cost money and parents have habits to pay for. Yeah, you got a point there. Tommy's favorite troll. You still have plenty of time. I think that should be taken down. It's unethical. You guys are having a party in the chat without me while I'm trying to work here. Oh, that's actually insane. GoFundMe is way above its goal. Yeah, we know that for sure. Yep, we definitely know. I don't know. Let me look on LinkedIn. Hold on. Let me just see. I know he's changed it a little bit of time ago. Hold on. Oh, my back. Let's see. Idaho. Let me see. Where are you at, Steve? All right, here we go. Unless he blocked me. Okay, here we go. Oh, good old Steve says, oh yeah, he's at Kootenai. 9 years, 10 months. Why did he take his education from the U of I off? Interesting. Interesting. Football coach? All these projects. Let's see these projects. VMware, COPs, Horizon, VMware. Let me see all these certs he's got. Instructor, MCSE, Security, Citrix, CCA. Not bad. Interesting. Cabela's. Senior consultant, T2. He worked at HP really for 7 years. That's weird. I've never heard of his name before. Service engineer, Coldwater Creek, Cell Genesis, Bay. I didn't know he was in Texas. Well, for a year. Coeur d'Alene, Texas. He was in Texas, guys. Must have been less than a year in Newport Beach, maybe virtual. Interesting. I didn't see self-made millionaire on here. Nope. I don't see any of that, but very interesting. Okay, so someone should start a GoFundMe for 3 years. I know, right? Who needs a vacation? You say, no, it just says Texas, but, HP's out of Austin. Must have had a meeting up with his friend. Yeah, right? I mean, I'm glad you said it and not me. I'm glad you said that, not me. Blank Shady, Wicca. What'd you say? Amazing. What'd you say? Seems like they care more about our compensation. Yeah, and fortunately is. But you know what? I mean, if you think about it in the long run, and this what they're stating is that the judgment of conviction and criminal fines and fees, each of these families were named in the indictment and also directed the state the notice restitution for hearing if parties cannot stipulate within 60 days. They stipulated. If they had any expenses at the time, they should. You're salty today. I hear you. You could be salty. I'll be spicy, and we'll team it up and throw a good stream at you. The G's raised $200,000. They should give it back since there was no trial. I agree. Hey, you know what? I lived in Texas for a long time. There's nothing wrong with Texas. Nothing very wrong with Texas. Nope. Loved it. Now, it's saying that they've already stipulated to all their funeral funds. So why, let me just ask you why, are they seeking additional money? Didn't they already have that spent before? They should have gave receipts and then could have get reimbursed then. I mean, if you're thinking about it, they're looking for money to reimburse for whatever receipts they gave. And you do have a point, okie dokie, Lisa. Justice for the kids would be finding the real perps, testing all the DNA, releasing the documents. And you have a amazing point here, because the only DNA that we've seen so far was Maddie's nail clipping DNA. And under there was Cole Berenberger, who, by the way, I know everybody. I know every single person in here saw the clip with Steve, and he says what? I mean, if I have to pull the clip, I'll pull the clip. Let me grab the clip. Because you guys saw what he testified. Well, he didn't testify, but you saw what he told the court. He told the court, we knew your name within minutes, which brings me to my next point. I was going to save it for another stream, but y'all all are going to make me spill the beans. Okay. Whoever released Emily Allant's they put it on private. And now I know why. I'll make a video on this because it's way overwhelming. But I will say, Steve himself said in court, let me grab it. Let me grab that clip, guys. We've heard it. I showed it live. We watched it live together. Let me grab the clip. Where are you, Steve? Let me see if I saved it. When he turns the podium and
Your Honor, next would be members from the Kaylee Gonsalves family. First will be her father, Steve Gonsalves.
Today, we are here to finish what you started. Today, you've lost control. Today, we are here to prove to the world that you picked the wrong families. The wrong state, the wrong police officers, the wrong community. You tried to break our community apart. You tried to plant fear. You tried to divide us. You failed. Instead, your actions have united everyone in their disgust for you. I just learned from these lead investigators, to their shock, they worked in an investigation and actually worked with Pennsylvania police officers and the federal FBI. You united everyone. Everyone was united after you. None of us are divided. We are united in our disgust and our love for these children. Today, you have no name. Because when this all started, we all came together and we said, let's stop even talking about his name and just use initials. So even the media just calls you BK. That's all you are. Looking back when the police officers knocked on my door, told me what happened to my child, told me what happened to Maddie Mae, I don't think he was even out of the driveway before my kids turned around, looked at me and said, what do we do, Dad? I told them, you get to work. You get your ass to work. And we started calling, we started texting, we started emailing. And you know what? Within hours, we had your white car on the camera.
we had your white car on the camera. Did anybody know that Cole Beringberger allegedly had a white Hyundai?
We knew from the very beginning we had you. Police officers tell us within minutes they had your DNA, like a
Within minutes.
calling card.
Within minutes.
They had your DNA, like a calling card. They had your DNA, like a calling card. Police officers tell us within minutes they had your DNA, like a
Within minutes. What? What? Cole Beringberger? What? They had his name within minutes. Wow. Let's roll this back a minute. Cole Beringberger's DNA was under Maddie Mogen's nails. He was the very first suspect in this case. Now, remember how I just mentioned that Emily's interview had been privatized? Well, I know there's a couple others that copied it. Of course, I talked about it on my live yesterday. I have a copy. But I'm going to go back to yesterday's live for a minute, just for a quick minute, because I want you to hear something that's very important. Let's watch it.
So all of us too, was because they live with them.
Okay. Are you were they all in a sorority?
Yeah, we were all, me and Xana are not anymore.
Okay. What about Ethan?
And Mogan's not in it anymore.
Okay.
Ethan is in,
Sigma
along
Chi.
with his brother is here. And his sister.
I'll get you some tissues if you need them, okay? You sure? Okay. Let me know if you need some.
Here it comes.
All right. Again, this is not, just, if you need a minute, take a minute, okay? Okay, so at the end of all this, we're going to seize your phone as evidence, okay? Just understand that this is a procedure for us.
Okay, so she's in there freely. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm making comments on this. It's not a clean copy. Talk with her real quick, and then and Kaylee, because
So is that an iPhone?
Yes.
What model is it?
I think it's the.
hold on, I'm gonna find it. Hold on one second. And that was a lot.
And that's Xana and them there, so I know that they were there.
What can you kind of tell me, what is a lodge party?
A lodge party is it's just like they host and they have their house.
So the lodge party, remember I asked somebody what the lodge party was? Well, they were all outside, like in a bonfire outside of the frat.
Is all apartment styles, and then there's a big center, and that's just their lodge, so they just have people come over to the lodge.
So who had Emily was
Nothing out of the ordinary between that time you guys are awake?
No.
Nothing at all? No phone calls, text messages, nothing like that? Okay. So after you guys went back to bed, what time did you wake up?
This morning?
Yeah.
10:30 a.m.
10:30?
Probably around that time.
Okay.
And said
this is
up and
I remember
and run up the stairs because she lives upstairs. Kaylee does.
I'm trying to find where he asked her. Yeah, remember is shut up, Phoenix.
Heard the side back door close, so she thought that they were gone. So they went to sleep.
Okay.
She doesn't. But let me.
Then they just went back to bed. Did she say why she didn't think to call anybody when it was going on?
I didn't ask her that, but I was.
Yeah, why didn't you call someone, Dylan?
Just talking to her, and I was like, well, do you know what you looked about all this stuff? And she said that she almost didn't want to believe it because she said, A, I was a little drunk, B, I didn't think anything of it because your brain just doesn't make sense of that because why would it? Right. And then I was like, well, do you know,
maybe she doesn't want to. Hold on, I'm trying to find this one part.
All in the sorority, neither am I. Mm-hmm. But they hosted it
okay.
The pregame before.
Okay, I see.
There it comes.
Yeah, the only thing, there was a knife on the floor, right?
There was a knife on the floor. I saw it on the pong table after it magically appeared.
Immediately when I walked in.
So explain to me.
Which, I mean, that could be normal, but,
There was a normal. I'm looking for something that Payne asked her that I caught today. Hold on. That's what they.
It's the living room.
Knife. Come on. Could have been knocked.
Officers arrived. Okay. You stay outside. Okay.
Yep.
Then you guys, I'm assuming, just came here.
Yep.
Did you make any stops in between here and there?
We went to my apartment, all of us as a group, to get sweatpants and change of clothes.
Okay.
For the other girls that did not.
Okay.
Could not come back in.
I see. Yeah.
So let's hold it right there. Let's hold him when they turns around and he.
Assuming you've talked to folks or who have you told that's what's going on?
Why did they bleep that out?
So he can't. He's. I don't know. And my mother is
in
flying
Mexico.
Back. She moved to Mexico recently, so she's flying back. She probably. I sent them a text and said, I don't know if.
What does that have to do with?
Was there?
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Has there been any amongst the four of them? Was there anyone that they were having?
What was the bleep? What the heck? Phoenix, hold on. I'm going to forward this just a little bit.
And I don't know. And my mother is flying back. She moved.
What did I do? Hold on.
She on any sports teams? On the, I mean, like, what's her involvement on campus?
She did, let's see, what is it called? For business, she's part of that group.
Like BPA kind of a deal, or?
It's, I can't remember what it's called. It's Vandal something, for business. She's a part of that team.
You don't have to remember the name.
Yeah. But that's about her only involvement.
Okay. And she's a correct?
She was. Me and her are both not anymore.
So has there been any amongst the four of them? Was there anyone that they were having a beef?
Okay, now this is the part I want you to listen to. 4855. This was my live the other day. Now this is very important, and I want to show you the receipts. Okay, I'm the real one talking on this live. This was the live the other day. But listen to what Detective Payne says.
Was there any sort of rivalries or stalking behavior or any?
He brought up stalking. She doesn't say anything. Listen closely.
Anything that you can think of that someone, even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird. I saw this guy, had.
He brings up stalking. Okay, then I went into my big long spiel about stalking. Facial. Okay, let's see. Whether it be come on. Post that. Hold on. Don't go home. Okay, definitely.
I don't know. I was sleeping. I just saw it when I. Wow, no.
Okay.
No.
Threat is, especially
Like that you can think of that they have told you.
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay. So nothing. Nobody you can think of, huh? So Ethan's in. Is it, do you know if they have anything going on with any other fraternities? Did they have a, did he recently break up with someone or recently get a girlfriend or anything like that?
He's been with Santa for a while now.
Okay.
No, and we consecutive like our friend group at least that we have. We're friends with all of the fraternities, so those boys get along with all of our other fraternity friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So nothing you can think of, huh? Did you said you mentioned that they were out at the lodge party? That was after the football game, right? Do you know if they went anywhere else?
I don't know. I was sleeping. I just saw when I woke up in the middle of the night that they were still at the lodge, around like 1:30.
Okay.
So.
And that was all four of them, correct?
I just saw a picture or video of Xana, but that would absolutely imply that Ethan was there with her.
Okay.
But here's crap. Did he already ask the question, Les? 145. Hold on a minute. Hold on 1 second. To that. And if they
did not see or hear from Kaylee or Morgan the entire night.
Okay.
Maddie Morgan.
And you saw that video was on Snapchat?
Yeah. I can't remember who put it on their story, but.
Okay. Is there anything else you can think of if you want us to know about? Want to tell us?
Did I miss where he asked the question? I'm going to be really upset.
Staring at her.
I'm going to be really freaking upset with myself. Hold on a minute.
Well, you looked above all this stuff, and she said that she almost did. I guess
like maybe she doesn't want. Come on.
Anything that would have seemed out of the ordinary to you?
Well,
right there.
They didn't do anything last night, except for the night before they threw a big party. So it was like a mess.
Okay.
But it's always a mess when they throw a party.
That would have been Friday night.
Yes. because it was their formals.
On Friday?
Yes. So,
You know what? I'm going to put this on 1.5. Let's see, 1.5 speed real quick. I want to find the part. Hold on.
Santa and Mogan and Kaylee, they're not all in the sorority, neither am I.
Mm-hmm.
But they hosted it for
Okay.
like the pregame before.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing, there was a knife on the floor, right, immediately when I walked in.
So explain to me.
Which, I mean, like, that could be normal, but,
There was a knife on the floor. It could be normal. Well, I leave my lives, I leave my knives laying all around, especially when you walk right into my house. How about you guys? Do you leave your knives just laying around in the entry room of your home? Sure, take your shoes off and leave your knives right here, right? I mean, I lived in Japan for 5 years. You take your shoes off at the front door. So you just lay your knives down, right? Your samurai sword, your Kershaw knives. We're having steak for dinner, so bring your own steak knife and leave it at the door type of thing. Okay, so the big party that was hosted was Friday night. And she said they didn't clean. So how in the world was this setup left from Friday night? Saturday was set up and clean day. That's what they normally did. This was their normal schedule. So this doesn't make sense. Bring your own chopsticks. You guys get what I'm saying, right? She explains the normal Friday night party mess. Yes, Critic Rick. She was not over at 11222 King Road on Saturday night.
it's the living room. You go down this hallway and it's Santa's room.
Hunter grabbed the same.
Like,
Okay.
a steak knife.
All right, I'm getting frustrated here. Shadow Ghost, thank you so much. But let me find this. Let me find a clean copy where I'm not talking. So someone said Connor has Emily's interview. Hold on. Stick with me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to pop this up here and I'm going to find it. This is on Connor. I don't know who Connor is.
Friends, and then you got to your part about that.
I'm going to find this.
This is.
Shoot. Hold on. I clicked on the wrong button. Hold on. Let me see if they've got the transcript turned on. I am going to find this real quick. Bingo, bango. Get ready. This is when I said, what in the heck are they talking about? Okay.
Recorded. Okay, red light's on. Can you state your name for me? Okay, make sure I get spelling correct. Okay. So actually went in.
Yes.
Did you see anything? I mean, when you were walking in there, did you see anything that would have seemed out of the ordinary to you?
Well, they didn't do anything last night, except for the night before they threw a big party. So it was like a mess.
Okay.
But
Okay,
it's
here we
always
go.
a mess when they throw a party.
That would have been Friday night.
Yes, because it was their formals.
On Friday?
Yes. So, but Santa and I can't remember who put it on their story, but.
Okay. Is there anything else you can think of if you want us to know about one? Tell us.
No, I just can't imagine it. I don't think that there's anything that I've ever heard from them recently.
Okay, so going forward, if you want to send your folks a text real quick, let them know that we're going to be taking your phone.
4 a.m., she heard and saw a man, and she and were locked in their room sleeping, and they woke up, and she wanted me to come over and check the house because she was too scared.
So, you said, I'm sorry.
Yes.
We're locked in the room.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come over.
No, 11:51. You said
Yes.
okay. So they saw and heard a man. Did they?
They saw a man last night around 4 a.m. She saw Kaylee scream and go up the stairs, and
So this is So she saw a man and then heard Kaylee scream?
Kaylee scream and run up the stairs, because she lives upstairs, Kaylee does.
And run upstairs. Okay.
Ran into and locked themselves in it. And then, she was...
Okay, here it is.
With,
all
is
right.
there any sort of rivalries or stalking behavior or anything that you can think of that someone, even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird, I saw this guy, or, had a confrontation at the bar.
How did Payne know there was a confrontation at the bar? This was 11/13/2022 at 14:05, and he is asking Emily 2 hours after the 911 call, how did Payne know there was a confrontation at the corner bar? How did Payne already know to ask Emily? This is what I'm saying. How did Payne know at 2:05 to ask Emily so there was no confrontation at the bar? She had no idea that they were at the corner club and there was a confrontation. Okay? But get this. Get this. This was Emily's interview. Where did Payne get this information? Within 2 hours of finding the bodies, interviewing Dylan, talking with JD, talking with Hunter, talking with Bethany, who got the information within minutes that there was a confrontation at the bar. This is 11/13/14:05, which is 2:05 in the afternoon. Who was interviewed in the first 2 hours? Jack. Jack was at the corner bar. Maybe he told him there was a confrontation. Okay, so let's go over to YouTube. Let's go find Jack DeCur's interview time. You're going to freak out about this one. Let's see. Let's see if there is a actual time on his interview. Let's see if I can find his interview. Hold on. IDAHO4, Jack DeCor. Let's see. I've been looking at timestamps all afternoon, folks. Yep. Okay, so here is, let's just see this. Here's Bethany timestamp. It's 13:48. So Bethany's interview, 13:48, is before, obviously, Jack DeCor's. Let's see if Dylan, that's Bethany, sorry. That's Hunter, Jack DeCor. Let's see. Let's just see what time his was. 14:41. Jack interviewed after. Now remember, I'm just giving you the information. You guys can do what you want with it. Jack interviewed after Emily. After. Almost 41 minutes after. Look at the timestamp up here on the right-hand side. 11:13. As a matter of fact, let me take a screenshot of this one too. 14:41. He was at the club. But how did Payne know at 14:05 to ask Emily about the corner club? Listen to what he says. We'll play it again. Listen to what he says.
Or stalking behavior, anything you can think of that someone, even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird, I saw this guy, or, had a confrontation at the bar, anything like that you can think of that they have told you.
Confrontation at the bar. How did Payne know there was a confrontation at the bar before Jack's interview? Who knew?
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay.
Who was at the corner club that informed the police? Let's go back to the corner club. Who was there? We think allegedly, wasn't Chief Fry there? No? I mean, was he? Did anybody confirmed if he was there? We know Jack D was there. We know Hayden was there. Who else was at the corner club? Let's see. Let's see if there's a really good video or good picture. I don't know who this person is, but we'll share this video real quick. We'll see. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this picture, but this is what I'm seeing. Allegedly, this is supposed to be Fry. Dina, you win. Top dog. Top dog. Payne has telepathy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Chief Fry allegedly is here, right here in this ball cap onto the right side. Okay, and then here's Maddie, Kaylee, and then allegedly Jack Decor is sitting in this chair right here at the club. And then Jack Showalter is here at the club, allegedly. I don't know. Is this supposed to be Adam in the corner all the way to the right by this spray bottle? And then who else allegedly was there? Hayden was there. So yeah. So how in the world, or who in the world told Payne in the interview that he asked Emily a lot right there, just hours after the murders?
Even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird. I saw this guy, or had a confrontation at the bar, anything like that that you can think of that they have told you.
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay, so nothing.
He was asking about a specific confrontation at the bar. Or was he talking just in general? Did he already know? Nobody told Payne. He offered it up as a possible thing that might have happened that she could remember. Okay, that's possible, absolutely. But why would he ask that specific question? I mean, do they go out to the bar? Does Emily go to the bar? How old is Emily? Does she go to the bar? There was no confrontation at the bar. Yeah, at the corner club that night. There was a confrontation. Someone was allegedly got in a fight and thrown out, according to the ISP documents.
Even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird. I saw this guy, or had a confrontation at the bar, anything like that that you can think of that they.
He says, what about stalking? He specifically says stalking.
Rivalries or stalking behavior, anything that you can think of that someone, even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird. I saw this guy, or had a confrontation at the bar, anything like that that you can think of that they have told you.
No, we only.
And she says no.
Really ever hang out with each other.
Okay.
I mean, how old was Emily Allant in this interview? I don't know. Her birthday was 2001, so she had to have been old enough. 2001, she was 20. So she doesn't go to the bars, right? She was born in 2001. So in 22, she was 20. So she probably wasn't going out to the bar. So she had no idea that there was a confrontation at the bar. And she says, no stalking.
Any sort of rivalries or stalking behavior, anything that you can think of that someone, even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird. I saw this guy, or had a confrontation at the bar, anything like that that you can think of that they have told you.
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay.
No, they never really hung out with each other. But did she know that Kaylee and Maddie were at the bar? I think she might. I don't know. In my humble opinion, listen to her answer.
Had a confrontation at the bar, anything like that that you can think of that they have told you.
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay. So nothing. Nobody you can think of, huh? So Ethan's in. If they have anything.
Nobody you could think of, huh? Did you hear his response to her?
The bar, anything like that that you can think of that they have told you.
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay. Okay. So nothing. Nobody you can think of, huh? So Ethan's in.
So no one you can think of, huh? Some guy that was harassing Maddie, I think. Yes, and that was Cole Beringberger, who had Maddie's, his DNA was under Maddie's nails. Like I said, Cole Beringberg was the very first suspect. He drove a white Elantra. Maddie's finger under her nails was his DNA. He was military. That's the only way I could have known. Within minutes, they got his. Within minutes, they had a name. If they thought Cole Beringberger did this, they would have pulled his military records and they would have matched it very quickly. They would have. They would have. And that's food for thought. I went and timestamped all the other interviews. There was no one else that they released the interviews yet that could have said Cole Berenberg got in an argument at the corner bar that night, and his DNA is under Maddie's fingernails. Was Maddie the target? Period. Was Maddie. Hey, I'm just saying, is it a possibility with all this other stuff falling into place and us wondering, how did Payne know from the beginning of this interview what he was going to ask her? How did Payne already know? Who told him?
Had a confrontation at the bar or anything like that that you can think of that they have told you?
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay. Okay. So nothing. Nobody you can think of, huh? So Ethan's in. Do you know if they have anything going on with any other fraternities? Did they have a?
Okay, you want a picture of Cole? I'll give you a picture of Cole, and then I have got to run. Let me give you a picture of Cole Beringberger. And by the way, he went to Boise. Cole Beringberg. Here we go. Who is Cole? I'll grab you this picture and there we go. Let's see. See if I can get a really good picture. Oh. Yeah, he's taken most of his socials down. This is one I had saved a long time ago. I did a live. And where is he? I'm surprised I still have this picture. I mean, he's not that bad looking as a guy. I mean, he's not. But he used military, knives, K-bars, all kinds of stuff. Who did he hang out with? Was he an outsider? I mean, I know he was in a master's program or something like that. Now, where in the world did this picture go? Dang it. Hold on. Let me send this to myself. I mean, where did he go? Killing me, Smalls. Killing me. Oh, and guess what? Guess what Emily's favorite movies are? Just so you know. Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. When a Stranger Calls. Holy freaking moly. Jennifer's Body. Friday the 13th. The Hangover. There's Bethany's timestamp. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. JD's is 14:55. 14:01 was Emily when they asked her the question. I'm looking for this picture. Where did this picture go of him? Maybe I didn't send it to myself. Dang it. I'll get you a picture. I owe you a picture of him. I don't have a picture right now. So I owe you one. But hey, you guys take care. Be well. Stay safe. And tune in tomorrow. Yeah, eyebrow. Gushy eyebrows. Do a search out there. Yep, yep. So is Emily Alant's dad, ex-military hunter, avid hunter, moved to Mexico, I think, allegedly. I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of strange stuff in this case. And it makes me think, are they telling us the truth? Right? Are they telling us the truth? Where is this guy's picture? Where is it? Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here's a picture. There you go. I don't know how big you can see that picture. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it bigger. Hold on. This one right here. This one. Look, he deleted his picture off of this, but he is in Boise. He works for a Mexican restaurant, guys. In Boise, ex-military, U of I, Moscow. Think about it. I mean, that's a tiny picture, but I had a bigger picture. I don't know where it went. But you kind of get my drift, right? I mean, pay attention to what they say. Listen to what they're showing you. It's all about the $100 bills here. And I'll tell you what, the fight is on. BRYAN is going to fight to not let them get this federal money. Think about it. Federal funding. Yeah. Love you all. Drop some hearts on the way out. Thank you so much for your donations today. Daily Twin Flame. Love you. We will be back tomorrow with the goods. And Shadow Ghost, I'd rather donate to Murphy because he didn't lie. Shadow Ghost 815, you have a awesome point. He knew that Murphy would solve this case somehow, some way, and we're still waiting for it. And I know that my furry baby doesn't lie either. So every single one of you be well. See you tomorrow.
They hide the truth beneath a mountain of lies. But the fire inside us can't be buried forever.
They pile up falsehoods, burying our cries. One by one we dig where the evidence lies. Nesters in the shadows, piecing every clue. Shining light on secrets that they never wanted you to view. Smoke and mirrors crumble under our gaze. We won't back down, we're done with their maze. The ops unravel, media feeding gloom. Kids didn't deserve to die, their story needs room. No proof, no confession, plea deals won't suffice. We're taking back possession of the one thing that's right. Truth heats rising from the ashes of their lies. Fireballs ready to drop across the looted skies. We'll lift the veil, ignite the spark of justice bright. Stand case by case and bring the truth to light. Whispers in the corridors, they thought we'd look away, but every hidden thread unravels when we slay their charade. No more spin from their headlines, no more silence cries. We're the voice of those forgotten, watch their empire collide. Truth's a phoenix feather rising in the flames. We'll trace every lead, break their iron chains. Oh, break their iron chains. Rising, watch us light the sky. Truth the weapon they can never justify. One case at a time, we claim what's ours to fight. Rising up together, set the world alight.
This is just the beginning. The phoenix will never stop rising.